And I said a few weeks ago to some people, I said, Africa before now was built on the premise of extraction. If you go back into history, you see whereby the colonial masters came to Africa and they extracted everything, human resource, went to the slave trade, went into when they started extracting our minerals, our resource and everything like that. But I think that the time has come. I know the time has come for, as a continent, Africa, and I will say Nigeria, for us to come together and synergize. We have over 52 countries in Africa, and each of those 52 countries have to come together. We need to solve African problems cannot be solved by developed world. Africans need to solve African problems. And that's the essence of this program that you are on. You see, there's a global vision, which is upskilling 5 million Africans in 5 years. And Mr. Femi Johnson and his team have a vision whereby through looking at the concept of freelancing and I would call it, like you said a few weeks ago, consultancy, and a lot of skills that you are being taught currently, which I know the trainings take place on Saturday. So I'll just say that take it very seriously, and you would be very pleased that you took it seriously. So I'm just going to share my few thoughts with you today. I'll call them thoughts because it's just, I'll just talk to you. I'll share a few slides and for you to see. And if I may ask, maybe anybody from the audience, what are you looking to gain from this mentorship class? If anybody, I'd like two people to speak, preferably a lady and a gentleman. I want to hear from the gentleman and the lady, maybe two people. You can just unmute yourself and tell me what you are expecting to gain at the end of this class. So anybody can go for two people, a lady and a gentleman. Anybody can go first. I'm not anybody. So anybody would like to speak? I see a number of ladies on this program. I don't want to call names, but to put you on the spot. But anybody would like to go first? Just tell me, I'm looking to get X, Y, Z. After you finish, I'm looking to do this. I'm looking to gain something today and all that. So let me know what your thoughts are, because I believe for you joining this mentorship session today, there's something you are looking to gain out of it. So anybody would like to go first, please feel free to speak. Unmute yourself and speak. Yeah, I believe Ogechukwu Okoye was trying to speak.
Okay, so good afternoon.
Okay, Uchechi Jeremiah, please go ahead.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Okay, so looking at being mentored and a new career path I'm trying to be a data analyst, and that was the reason why, one of the reasons I joined the SourceIn class, and I'm looking at being mentored towards that path and hearing how let it, it's like hearing more of the testimonies. I know it's not going to be an easy journey, but I just want to be mentored towards that career path. And in the area of freelancing too, just as Mr. Femi Johnson said, that is actually one of the reasons why I joined SourceIn Mentorship Program.
Okay, thank you very much, Uchechi Jeremiah, for that. It's I'm very happy to hear what you said. Beautiful thoughts. Anybody, any gentleman that wants to say anything? It doesn't have to be anything fantastic. Yes. Okay, who is speaking? Okay, Mr. Timothy Yaji.
Yes.
Yeah, please.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Mr. Timothy.
Good evening, everyone.
Yeah.
My main purpose of joining the mentorship program is to be mentored in how to network with the right people. When we talk of freelancing, I believe it's all about recommendation and proper mentorship. So I feel SourceIn will provide a platform. That's why I've made out time to attend this mentoring session. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Timothy Yaji. Pleasure to hear that. And also Uche, I think who spoke, Uchechi Jeremiah, thank you for that. So I believe, I don't want to say, of course, everybody has a purpose by which they joined the program, but I just wanted to get a feel of what it is. And what you've said is very fine. And I'm going to share with you some thoughts today. I was just trying to just see a little bit if a lot of more people are going to join before I start presenting the slides. But let's start. Let me switch to the slide. 1 minute. I'm coming, please. That's technology for you. Coming when you need it to work. I'm coming. Just give me a few minutes. Just give me a few seconds. Sorry, did anybody see my screen?
It's been removed. You shared before, but it's been removed.
Okay, I shared it. Okay, I just want to be sure. Okay, I want to be sure. Okay. I'm coming, please. Okay, no worries. It's of me. Mr. Femi, can you hear me? Hello, Mr. Femi.
Can you hear me? I can hear you, please.
Okay, let me send you my slides. Maybe you can present. You can present
Please,
it.
you can send it right away. I will share. I will help you
Yeah,
share.
let me send it to you. I don't know let me send it to you.
Okay. Will you send it by email or by WhatsApp?
WhatsApp. I'll send by WhatsApp right away.
That's okay. That's okay. No problem.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I'm sending it to you now.
All right.
All right. I've sent it.
All right. Got it.
Yeah. So, all right. I think we have more people that have joined us. I see we are about 21 now. I'm sure as we go on along, we would see more people to join us.
You know, most of them will come later and be asking you where is the
Yes, that's what I'm trying
video.
to. Okay,
So,
Udoka Ifejika has raised a hand. Is it a question you have or a comment? Udoka Ifejika, do you want to say something? Okay.
I'll share it in a second.
Okay, thank you very much. And we'll get right to the presentation. Okay, everyone. Thank you very much. Like Mr. Femi has said, my name is Jonathan Okanlawon. Of course, I call myself a serial entrepreneur. I've been blessed by God I've been in business for about 20 years. And I've straddled various industries, information technology, management consulting, renewable energy, agriculture, the financial industry, the oil and gas, finance sector. And so I say I've been blessed by God, and it's a great pleasure to be part of this program. I love the vision of Mr. Femi Johnson of what he's trying to do. I'm someone that is very passionate about Africa, because I believe that Africa is the next gold mine for the world. That's why if you see a focus of the world is now on Africa, because you're talking about a continent of over 1 billion people, and you have a lot of young people who are hungry for success. And let's bring it down to Nigeria. Nigeria is a country of over 200 million people, and 60% of the population of Nigeria is under the age of 30. So that means we have a very young population, vibrant population. So a program like this to make sure we can engage those young people is something that I am all for, and I fully support this program. So Nigeria has a lot of potential. And I say the biggest resource of Nigeria is not oil, it's not gas, it's human potential. The human resource, that's what we have in Nigeria. And I believe that you and I can make a change in this country. Thank you. So, Mr. Femi, you can go to the next slide. Or can I control it for you? Okay. I'm going to be speaking on leadership and so give me a minute. Leadership and corporate values. Now, before we explore the presentation, let us capture some workplace realities. I want us to capture some workplace realities. Can anybody tell me what they understand by leadership? What do you understand by the word leadership? You just tell me. Anybody can speak. I don't want to call names to put you on the spot. So anybody, what do you understand by the word leadership? Or should I call names?
A leader is understand.
Okay, Uchechi, speak, please.
A leader is.
You said a leader is.
Which is leadership is where people are being led, taught, and mentored to be the best in whatever they do. That is what I see as good leadership.
Okay, great. Thank you for that attempt. Very good. Very good. I like that. Olivia Charles, I'm sure you want to also answer the question that I put forward on leadership. Please speak, Olivia Charles.
Hello?
Yes, please.
From my own understanding, I think leadership is the way, or like the ability of somebody or a person to be able to guide a group of people, a group of individuals, guide them toward a common goal.
Okay, great. I like that. Leaders guide people towards a common goal. So that means the leader has a vision and it guides the people. So a leader leads by example. That's what you're trying to say. Thank you so much for that. Beautiful. One more person, a gentleman. We've had two ladies speak.
Yeah, hello? Can
Yeah.
you hear me?
Yes, Olivinic concept. Please speak.
All right. Leadership to me, I think, is the ability to influence people to achieve common goal, to achieve vision or a purpose.
Beautiful. Very beautiful attempt. Leadership is the ability to influence people to achieve a common goal. Thank you very much for that thought. Thank you, everyone that has spoken on the concept of leadership. Okay, Olufemi Oluwashino put on the chat box, a leader inspires people. Please, at any point in the presentation, if you would like to speak, just raise up your hand and I'll call you, because I want this to be an interactive class. It's not just a one-way, I'm just speaking, but interactive. That's where we'll be able to get the benefits of the class. So beautiful. Leaders lead by example. I think 2 days ago, of course, you've all seen what's happening in Eastern Europe and what's going on. And the president of Ukraine, Zelensky, and there were plans by the United States to airlift him to safety. I'm trying to bring out leadership here. And his response to the US was, he's not going anywhere, that he wants to stay with his people and lead them. What will you call that? Now, he knows the repercussions of staying back, but like we've all said, a leader leads, and he feels that at this critical point in Ukraine, his people need him. So that you can see that that's a facet of leadership that is displaying there, because he knows that if he leaves, this thing might fall apart. But he is ready to even pay the ultimate sacrifice to show some guidance to his people at this point in time. That is one of the attributes of leadership. You lead by example. Leadership by example. Leadership is sacrificial. And if you want to understand the concept of leadership, as many of you who are Christians here, or so, you see that Christ showed us the essence of leadership. A leader, that's why you hear these days in business, you hear the phrase called servant leadership. So you lead by serving the people. You lead by serving your subordinates. You lead by serving those who you are called to lead. That is leadership. So leadership is not do this, do that. Leadership is I will show you the way. I will lead the way. You follow my example. That is leadership. That's why leadership is such a big deal in today's world. You see organizations, you see countries, you see different places where there's a failure in leadership. What do you get from those countries? You see that those countries cannot achieve their full potential because, like John Maxwell said, everything rises and falls on leadership. It is very important. If the head gets it right, the body will follow. I'll say that again. Please feel free to take notes. If the head gets it right, the body will follow. Very, very important. So in any place you find yourself, make sure if you are a leader, and each of us are leaders, in each and every one of us, there's a leader and there's a follower in us. So situations arise whereby we have to show leadership qualities. Now, leadership qualities can be learned. It's not something you learn in one day, but it can be learned. So leadership, we all have leadership abilities. It's for us to work on them to make sure that we explore our full potential. Thank you very much. Thank you to everyone who has spoken so far. Mr. Femi, you can go to the next slide. Now, in every organization, and people face a lot of challenges, and you see whereby I'm sure maybe some of you have experienced it. You get to a point in your organization and you experience what they call burnout. You experience, maybe because of the workplace culture, the workplace environment, you experience things that will make you burn out. Now, we could see here, what I want to highlight, we just spoke on leadership. Now, what causes employee burnout? First thing, that's why I like this slide. First thing, poor leadership. Poor leadership is one of the top reasons for employee burnout. In an organization or anywhere where you find yourself, in a group, in a club, and there's no leader. Why is it today, I'm trying to hold myself not to mention names, but why is it today that in some countries, people don't see any hope in those countries? People feel that they have to seek for greener pastures to some other countries where they feel there's some form of leadership. It's because of poor leadership. That's the word. Because if there were leaders with foresight, then people would not have, there will not be citizen burnout. One of the very countries, the few countries in the world that always amazes me anytime I get the opportunity to go there is the UAE, United Arab Emirates, Dubai in particular. I'm singling out Dubai, and what always amazes me about, can anybody still hear me? Because I'm hearing someone saying no audio. Can anybody still hear me?
Yes, we can hear you clearly.
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, what I'm saying, is it making sense so far?
Yes, it is.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. Thank you. So, Dubai has always amazed me. Is a country, let me give you some context about Dubai. In 1971 in Dubai, 1971, that will be 51 years ago. Now, 1971, there was only one road in Dubai, just one road. Dubai was still a desert land, but the leader then, which is still the leader now, I believe so. Yeah, he was a young man then. Let's say he was in leadership role, but he had a vision. That's Sheikh Al Maktoum. He had a vision that he wanted to transform Dubai. And now this is desert land. Desert. Dubai is desert. If you go back and see the pictures, Dubai isn't what we see today. The skyscrapers and different things. No, it's not. It was pure desert. One road. And on that one road in Dubai, you had people driving camels. You had people doing so many things. So it was a place whereby there was nothing, but the leaders had a vision. Now, let us fast forward. This is 2022, 51 years later. In 1971, Nigeria, we had just fought the Civil War. The Civil War ended January 1970. And by 1971, we were going into the oil boom. Those were the good years. General Gowon was still the president then. So Nigeria was going into oil boom. So we had been independent from Britain for about 11 years. So Nigeria already had some form of head start, 1971. And Dubai was just starting. I mean, one road but look at Dubai today. Dubai is now first world. They are considered first world. And first world means developed countries. Dubai is breaking the boundaries of excellence. Recently,
sorry, we can't hear you.
Oh, you can't hear me? Can you hear me now, please?
We can hear you clearly.
Okay. Dubai is breaking the boundaries of excellence, and they have reached a stratospheric level whereby they see that all things are possible. Last week incidentally, I think it was on Tuesday or so, on the 22nd, they just opened up a new building. You can check it out online. And it's been touted that it's the most beautiful building in the world. You need to go and see what they have inside of it. But why did I bring up the example of Dubai? It's about vision. As leaders, you need to have vision. And one thing, what causes employee burnout is poor leadership. And Dubai's leaders had a vision. Remember, Dubai had oil. Dubai had oil. From oil, they moved to tourism. Now Dubai is moving from tourism to tech. And it's amazing what they've been able to transform that country into. If you have the time, because I believe so much in traveling, because traveling is a form of education. If you have the opportunity and you want to visit a country, so of course, what I'm saying, you would see it for yourself. Please try and visit Dubai once in your life. If it's possible, I would suggest go to Dubai and just to take some lessons. I learn a lot when I go there. So poor leadership, it's a top reason for employee burnout. Second reason is lack of organization caring. You see organizations whereby there's no feelings for the staff. Oh, I see somebody had their hand up. Let me just, that was, somebody raised their hand. I just remembered now while I was speaking. Do you still want to speak, or I should continue? I can't remember the person. Okay, maybe the person has changed his mind. Okay, so lack of organization caring. Okay, Deborah Elsie, you can speak, please.
Sir, please go on. It's a mistake.
Oh, the mistake. Okay. All right. So lack of organization caring. You see organizations whereby they don't care for their staff, countries whereby they don't care for their citizens. It gets to a time the citizens get to the point of frustration and they say they want out. They don't care. They just want out. I want to get out of this country. I want to get out of this organization. They don't care about staff. There's no welfare. There's nothing for us here. That's what happens. Because the organization, or let me say, the organization is a function of the people leading in that organization. Organizations are inanimate objects. What makes organizations breathe is human beings. If the human beings are not in a position whereby to care for the staff or care for the employees or care for its citizens, you have what you call lack of organization caring, and this is one of the top reasons for employee burnout. Second reason. Thirdly, and this affects you and I, negative co-workers. Negative co-workers, it's a major problem in organizations. Let me tell you something today that you take. Anybody that is negative around you, please stay away from that person. Negativity will drain you. Negativity would not make you achieve your full potential. Don't stay around people that say negative things, whether it's about the country, whether it's about whatever it is. Now, I know things have not been very well in Nigeria. We are all experiencing it every day. But try and make it a point of duty. Don't say negative things about the country. Why am I saying so? The words you speak are very powerful. The words you speak are very powerful. The words you speak would create the reality that you live in. I'll say that again. The words you speak would create the reality that you live in. When you say things like, I know nothing would work for me, be careful. Nothing would ever work for you. It's very powerful what you say with your mouth. When you say, I know this thing will not work, are you surprised why it doesn't work? Because you have said it. They call it in psychology, self-fulfilling prophecy. You have said it, and that's why it's not happening. So stay away from people who are negative, whether it's on your job, whether it's in your business, they speak negative. John F. Kennedy said, ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. Don't complain. What can you do to be a part of the solution? Don't be part of the problem. So it's very important that you take this today. Anybody that is negative around you, please stay away from that person. That person is going to hinder your growth and your success in whatever field of endeavor that you are in. 4, politics or sabotage. In every organization, people want to play politics. They want to sabotage you. They feel, is it only you that knows what to do? Those things create issues. They create conflicts. Don't get into situations whereby your efforts are being sabotaged or people want to play politics with your future. Don't let anybody play politics with your future. It's very important in an organization. 5, lack of resources. In an organization, a company, whatever, when there are not enough resources can be in terms of whatever thing you can put there, money, time, whatever, different things. Because for you to achieve a goal, you need resources. When there's a lack of resources, then you have employee burnout. Very, very important that whatever mission you want to achieve on, it's always good to, they said that if a man wants to build a house, doesn't that man count the cost before he embarks on that project? Check, do I have the resources to complete this building so that this building will not become an uncompleted building? So you first of all check your resources. Check what you have. Make sure that what you have, and make room for contingencies. Very, very important. Make room for contingencies because anything can happen. 5, overemphasis on ROI. ROI simply means return on investment. People are wondering, what's my return on investment? Rather than focusing. Now, that is important. But what is most important is to look at what is the process. Because the process is what makes you, not really the end. The end is as a result of the process. People want to become rich, but they don't want to follow the process. Everybody says, we say in Nigeria, they want to blow. They want to blow. But nobody wants to go through the day-to-day toiling. They said the heights that great men achieved was not achieved by sudden flight, but by constant toiling day by day. So there's a process. There's a work that is to be done. That is what you and I need to take into cognizance. Even in this program you are in, I said, don't play with it. There is a process. The output, the ROI, is that you become an expert freelancer, that even platforms like Upwork and Fiverr and all that, you'll be well equipped to be able to compete with your contemporaries in the US, in the UK, or whatever the world. You will not say because you are in Africa, you are shortchanged. So focus on the process. If you focus on the process, the output will take care of itself. Always look for what can I do in the process. If you are seeing that you are following a wrong path, course correct your process. So the process is what shapes you. The process is what makes the success that you are looking for. What I'm saying so far, is it making sense? Can I see a show of hands? Is it making sense so far, what I'm saying?
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
great. Oh, wonderful. I'm very happy. I love interactive classes. Please, like I said before, anybody has any questions, concerns, clarification, please feel free at any point in time. Just say, Mr. Jonathan, I have a question, I have a concern, and all that. So beautiful. So moving on. Work overload. Now, that is a major point. Work overload. I know people who work, especially, I don't know if there are any bankers on this call. I don't know. People who work in organizations whereby you seem that you are overworked, you take work home, you do this, you do that. Many times, be careful. Work overload, you can get to the point of burnout because, number one, the body needs time to rest. Remember, in an organization, if you overwork yourself and get to the point of breakdown, that organization will not wait for you. The organization will keep on moving on, and God help you if you pass on to the great beyond, maybe through stroke or through anything. What am I trying to say? Take care of yourself. The organization does not revolve around you. Make sure that even though you are working, now I'm not saying you should not work hard, but work hard, but take care of yourself. Don't get to the point that you take work and then it gets to the point of you now break down, because that organization will keep on moving. You will be replaced by the next day. It's a fact of life that I'm telling you the truth. From my over 20 years in business, in corporate life, you will be replaced the very next day. Like they say, life moves on. Simple. Even if you pass on to the great beyond, it would just be 1 minute of silence for you and life moves on. So please, take care of yourself. Don't get to the point of employee burnout because of work overload. Number 8 point, poor communication. If there's poor communication in an organization, this can lead to employee burnout. If there's no clear clear instructions from top management to middle management to lower management, it can lead to employee burnout. Did somebody raise his hand? Does Grace Undubisi want to speak? I see you raise your hand. Grace, do you want to speak? Okay, I believe maybe it was a mistake. So poor communication is a major factor for employee burnout. Number 9, unethical or illegal requests by managers. Now, this is a place whereby it's a very sensitive place, especially for our ladies. You have organizations whereby someone tells you, for you to move to the next level, you have to sell yourself. And when I mean sell yourself, I mean sell your body. Please don't mortgage your future for some paltry promotion. Don't do that, whether it's a lady or a guy. But I know the pressure most times is on the ladies. Don't mortgage your future. Okay, sorry, I know you can't see me. The lights just went out now. They will go and put on the generator. But you can all still hear me, right?
So can hear you.
Okay, so please, unethical or illegal requests by managers. Please, anybody, whether it's a guy or a lady, whatever you are working, whatever things you are doing, and somebody wants you to do something that is against your judgment, something that is unethical. We all know what these things are. We are all adults here. I don't have to go into detail. Please, it is better to walk away and keep your peace of mind. Because once you cross that line between ethical and unethical, you go on what you call a downward spiral. You keep going downwards. So it is better not to tread that path at all. It is better to keep your self-dignity. It's better to keep your self-esteem, and opportunities would always come. Don't mortgage your future for 5 minutes of pleasure. Please don't do that. It can lead to employee burnout. Very important. Number 10, no clear or organizational vision or direction. This happens in many organizations. The vision is not clear. The mission is not clear. People don't know what they are doing. People are just they're just coming to work for. They don't know what is our goal in the organization. What are we expected to achieve? They don't know. And people are just working. You are working, but you don't know the vision. What's our 5-year goal? What's our 10-year goal? What's our 15-year goal? What do you want to achieve in the next 1 year? When it is not clear. They said, when the purpose of something is not known, abuse is inevitable. So if you're in a leadership position, you find a leadership position, or you're in a place whereby the vision is not clear, find a way in a tactful manner to appeal to management so that they can distill the vision to everyone in the organization, so that you would have commitment to the vision. It will not be compliance. You have committed, because when employees or when people are committed to a vision, when people are committed to a goal, then they can achieve their full potential. I'll say that again. When people are committed to a vision or to a goal, then they can achieve their full potential. The corollary is that when the vision is not clear, when there's no clear or organizational vision or direction, people would not achieve their full potential. You would experience what they call organizational burnout. That's why in some organizations, there's high level of attrition. You just keep that people join today, next 2 years they are leaving, then they bring in new staff, they are leaving. Check the organization, there's a problem. There's a major problem. The next slide, please. Thank you very much. Is it making sense to everybody?
very much.
Okay, great. Next slide. Leadership. So family, let's take the next slide. Okay. Let's look at this slide. I'm sure we all know, we've all heard of this thing. I'm sure those of you who have worked in corporate or whatever, maybe SME or something, you've heard boss, my boss is coming, my boss is coming, my boss is coming, my boss is coming. I've never heard anybody say my leader is coming. I've never heard anybody say my leader. Oga they come, Oga they come, Oga they come, boss they come. Well, let us see today. I'm sure you've heard of it, but let us give the clear demarcation so you yourself can know if Mr. A is a boss or Mr. A is a leader. It's very easy. I just brought out some points here. Now, when you say a boss, say, I want to drive my employees. They must achieve the goal. You must bring in so and so account. You must do this. Fine, that is good. It's good to drive people. But are you leading by example? In order to drive them, are you leading by example? Are you also on the battlefield with them? You lead by example. You don't just drive people. I need to drive you. Go and achieve the goal. You have targets. Lead by example. Look at it. A boss drives employees. But what does a leader do? A leader leads employees. A leader leads from the front. A boss will sit at the back and drive you to the war front. A boss sits at the back and tells you, go to the marketplace, go and bring this one. A boss sits at the back and be giving instruction. A leader leads by example. A leader will tell you, see, I have done a study on this so and so area, and I know that these are the current pitfalls that you can experience. I have carried out some study on this place. I have gone to this place, so I know that these are the things that you come across. That's a leader. It leads employees. A boss just drives you. Go and bring me 50 million. Bring me 100 million. Bring me 2 billion or whatever it is. Whatever industry you find yourself in. Then 2, a boss micromanages. I give you a task to do. I say, Kausarat Yunus, please, I want this document. Read through this document and give me your thoughts in 3 days' time. I'm giving you a task to do. Then the next morning, I come to meet you. How far have you gone? I just told you the previous day. I give you 3 days. So I should trust your judgment. I shouldn't micromanage you. I shouldn't come and be overlooking your shoulder. I shouldn't tell you, give me a minute-by-minute analysis of what is to be done. No. I should be able to trust your judgment. I should be able to inspire enthusiasm. That's what a leader does. A leader will say, Kausarat Yunus, I gave you something 3 days ago. Is there anything that you would need that would make your work to come out well? That's how a leader talks. So I should be able to inspire enthusiasm in you. I should not micromanage you. Nobody wants to be micromanaged. Nobody. Organizations whereby the employees are being micromanaged, they don't achieve their full potential. A boss uses employees. A boss tells you, do this, and at the end of the day, the boss takes the glory. But when the employee fails, it's on the employee's head. But when the employee does well, the boss gets the glory. I mean, you are using the employees. What does a leader do? A leader develops employees. They said there's no success without a successor. For me to show that I'm successful, a successful leader would have groomed leaders. A successful leader does not have a messianic complex. whereby you feel that you are the only pebble on the beach. You're not the only pebble on the beach. I'll say that again. A successful leader does not have a messianic complex, whereby you feel you are the only pebble on the beach. But a leader develops employees, develops. You find a way to groom people. You know, groom people. You might be the CEO today, but you can't be the CEO forever. You need to groom people. You might be the leader today in your in your whatever place you find yourself, but find a way to groom people. So that way a leader develops employees. Next one, a boss generates fear. You're an organization, maybe let me take a home. Maybe I remember those days when back in the days when we were all young. I'm sure some households, I'm not saying it's every household. Maybe you're all watching maybe 7 o'clock news or something, or 9 o'clock news. Then all of a sudden you hear the car horn, ping, ping. They now look through the window. You now see that your father has come. And then everybody has, the children, they are all running out into their rooms. They're like, daddy has come. Oh. Everybody is running. Everybody is running, looking at, wow, they don't want daddy to see them. They're all going to pretend like they are asleep. But won't it be better if that father comes home and all the children, even though he's their father, whether you're a boy or you're a girl, you go to meet him at the door and you all greet him. Hey, daddy, welcome. You take his bag from him. You all give him a hug. Isn't that a better approach? It's still the same person, but how have you treated people? Now, a boss generates fear. In an organization, you say, Oga is coming, Oga is coming. Everybody is running. Everybody is running. They are doing what you call eye service. Eye service. When Oga goes, then you see the staff, they are gossiping. Oga, that man, wicked man, useless man. He had no correct. The man said, they treat us well, they pay us salary, they do that. But when you are there, they're all smiling with you. What do they call that? That is what they call eye service. But a leader, you earn respect. People still see you are the boss, but you earn respect. People can come to meet you and say, sir, we have been seeing the way things are going. We want to suggest people should be free to come and tell you the way they feel. That is a leader. And you can scale it up to a country, a president or a CEO. When people are afraid to talk to you, or when you are afraid for your opinions to be criticized, you are not a leader, you are a boss. You are a boss, you're not a leader. A leader earns respect. The next one, a boss commands, do this, do that. Hey, you come here, do this, do that. No. A leader asks. You don't have to command to show you are in charge. A leader asks, oh, please, Grace, can you get that for me, please? Please, I will appreciate if you can get that document to my table. I will appreciate that. I don't have to command Grace. I don't have to say, hey, Grace, come here. Go and get it. No, I don't have to do that. I should respect Grace. The same way Grace will give me respect, I should also give her respect. That is leadership. A leader asks. A boss demands respect. Demands respect. Don't you know I'm the boss here? When you say that as somebody in leadership position, you have a problem. When you have to remind people that you are the boss, you have a problem. You demand respect. No. Respect begets respect. A leader makes employees feel valued. People feel that they matter. People feel that they count in an organization. People feel that they count in a country. People feel that they count in a group. You make your subordinates feel valued. That is true leadership. Is it making sense to everybody?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. A leader makes employees feel valued. But a boss says, give me the respect, give me the respect. No, that is not it. When you make employees feel valued, they would automatically respect you. You are the leader anyway. So why do I need to remind them that I'm the leader? I don't have to. Next one. A boss depends on authority. Hierarchy. I'm in charge here. I'm in charge. Nobody can talk to me. You must do this, do that. No, it's not necessary. It is not what I say. It is not necessary. A leader depends on goodwill. Wow. Mr. Jonathan, I saw what you wrote there, and yeah, it's quite sad because some of the things I'm speaking here, many people don't feel that way. But it's sad that you've experienced some of it, but there's a more excellent way. So I just wish that people would get to the point of knowing that we need more leaders in society, not bosses. We don't need bosses. We need leaders. But thank you for that, for sharing that with us. A leader depends on goodwill. Goodwill, very important. Goodwill. When you have goodwill with your subordinates, it goes far. A boss makes employees feel inferior. You tell your employees, hey, you sit down there. Do you know that I can cut your salary? You don't have to say that. You don't have to say that. It's not necessary. You are ruling on fear. You employed him or her anyway. So why do I have to rub it in and say, do you know I can cut your salary? What does that mean? Once you want a subordinate, once you want an employee, do you know what that employee is going through at that point in time? Do you know the emotional stress the employee is going on at that point in time? Do you know why the person is not meeting up with his target, especially in this era of a post-COVID era? Do you know if the person has family issues, marital issues, emotional issues, educational issues, psychological issues? Do you know? Have you bothered to find out what's making the person behave like that? So don't make people feel inferior. Don't treat people the way they ought to be. Don't treat a man as he is. Treat people in the way they ought to be. Treat people even better than themselves. That is true leadership. Leaders trust that employees will perform their job well. Leaders trust that employees will perform their job well. Any questions so far for all the things I've said? So, like they say, silence is consent. So I assume no question. It is clear, right? Can I get a yes or yes?
Yes, very clear.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Very
Very
clear.
clear.
Okay. The next slide, Mr. Femi. When defining what makes a good leader, one has to look not only at good leadership qualities, but also leadership practices. Now remember, leadership practices. The best leaders know how to get the most out of their teams and are confident enough to employ the methods necessary. I'll say that again. The best leaders know how to get the most out of their teams and are confident enough to employ the methods necessary. Now let's look at 10 of these practices, leadership practices. The next slide. One, mentor relationships. What we are having here today is a form of leadership. I, as a mentor, I am engaging with you. It's a form of mentorship relation. It's a form of leadership practice. That's mentor relationship. Of course, this is not the only time I'm going to engage with you. I'll engage with you at different occasions based on the schedule. But today is a form of leadership practice that is being carried out. Mentor relationship between mentor and mentees. And that's how it should be. The mentor should have a relationship with the mentees to show, to guide, to direct, to nurture. That's a form of leadership practice. So you have what we call mentor relationship. The next slide. 2, very important in organizations, as a leader, promote relationships, not just competitiveness. Promote relationships, not just competitiveness. Don't say, Team A, last week you brought in 10 million. Team B, you only brought in 500,000. You, Team B, you are useless. No, that has its place. But when that becomes the order of the day, it is not good as a leader. Because that Team B that has been knocking 500,000, tomorrow they might bring in 50 billion that will eclipse all Team A has done. So promote relationships, not just competitiveness. Value relationships. Relationship is very important in an organization. Relationship is very important. As human beings, we thrive on relationship. One thing that has helped me over the years, let me tell you a secret. It will help you, whether you are in business or you are in corporate life. Relationships. And when I mean relationship, I don't mean boyfriend, girlfriend, or unethical relationship. Not that. I mean real, genuine, wholesome relationships. Relationship is a secret of one of my successes in business. I have built relationship across board. I build relationship not just with the CEO. I build relationship with the lowest employee in that place, because the CEO will go one day, but that lowest employee will become CEO one day. So value relationship. Relationships are like a bridge. Build relationship. Don't burn bridges. Very important. Build relationship. Promote relationship is part of leadership practice in action. Next slide. Thank you. This is very important. Don't judge people on what they are. Judge people on what they can be. Take chances on people. Of course, within reason. I put there within reason. Very important. There are some people that they may not be doing well today, but all they need is just some words of encouragement. And then they would be doing fantastic. They'll be doing, if there's a word like fantastically well, I don't know. The word came to my mind. Take chances on people. Give people a chance. Of course, within reason. That is part of leadership. Don't discard people. The person who looks nonsensical today, tomorrow can become your high-flying star in that organization, in that company, whatever it is. Take chances on people within reason. Thank you. Next slide. Be an encourager. Encourage your employees. Be an encourager. I try to encourage my employees on a day-to-day basis, even when I know things are not going well. Be an encourager. Encourage employees to advance. Find out, if you find someone that is not doing well, find out the reason why that person is not doing well. It might be something that may be troubling that person at that point in time. All the person might need is just an encouragement. It's just some words of advice and all that. So be an encourager. When people see you, let them know that they will get a word of encouragement from you. Encourage employees to advance. Encourage employees to be better than themselves. Encourage your subordinate. If it's your family and you are the you are the firstborn or you're in a position of leadership in your family, encourage your siblings, encourage your family, encourage people to advance. Be an encourager. Don't be a discourager. Thank you. Next slide. Always be on the lookout for new talent. Very, very important. In an organization, always be on the lookout for new talent. That's what makes, for those of you who follow football, who follow sports, they always look out for new talent. If a club only uses the same players for 20 years, that club will die. Because what happens is that the talents you thought you had 20 years ago, they will get old and they will fade. So you should always be on the lookout for new talent. Always be on the lookout for new talent. That brings in fresh blood into your team. That's why you see teams, they always look out for new talent. For those of you who follow football, Madrid is looking to buy Mbappe. Barcelona is looking to buy Haaland from Dortmund. What are they doing? They are looking for new talent. And that's what happens in the transfer windows. They are looking for, how can I bring this person into my team that will bring in the desired goal? So that is very successful organizations practice this principle. Is a leadership principle. Be on the lookout for new talent. Don't focus on the same old talent for 30, 40 years because they will age and they will fade away. So what the best way to do it, that advice is, have a blend of youth and experience. Very important. Don't just have youth because you have no experience. So in your team, in your organization, whatever you are doing, have a blend of youth and experience. Very good. It's a very good mix. Thank you very much. So let's go to the next slide. Is it making sense so far?
Sure, it is.
Okay, great. Make your goals public. Leadership example, make your goals public. When you make your goals public, oh, I want to achieve this. This is our goal for the next 10 years. Why? Because when you feel down, your goals will drive you. Your goals will drive you. When you feel like it's not making sense anymore, because you have said it out, you can't take back your word. You would be propelled to achieve your desired goals and objectives. As a leader, make your goals public. Oh, we want to achieve this in 5 years. We want to achieve this in 10 years. We want to achieve this in 3 years' time. These are our short-term goals, our medium-term goals, our long-term goals. Make your goals public. It's very important. Your goals, even when you are dropping the ball, people will ask you, Oga, sir, okay, you told us that you want to achieve so and so in 3 years. And you say, oh, yeah, because you have said it, so that puts you under check. Because you have said it, that puts you in a state of preparedness. And then your goal drives you to your destination. Next slide. Very, very important. As you are going on as a leader, always get feedback, real-time feedback. The reason for this is that you can check what is not going well. Let's say, for example, let me give you an example, a real-life example. Let's say you have a 5-year goal to achieve something, and maybe at the end of maybe year 1, you now look at it. Okay, we have a 5-year goal. We have gone through year 1. Are we still on the right path? 1. What did we do right this year 1? What didn't we do right this year 1? Where are areas of improvement? Very important. The reason feedback is important is that so that you can course correct if there's a need. It's very important. Get feedback. If you are a leader, get feedback from your management. If you are a leader, get feedback from your subordinates. Even if you are not the CEO, or even if you are a solopreneur, as you are working, do a self-feedback. Do a self-check. Check, am I still on my goal? That's why you should have goals. Because if you don't have goals, how can you have feedback? So you should have goals. On this program, what is your goal? What do you want to achieve on this program? SourceIn.Business. What is it you want to achieve over a period of time? So at intervals, maybe every quarter or every 6 months, check. Or depending on how you frame your schedule, check, am I on the right track? Have I deviated? What have I done right? What am I not doing right? So you are able to do course correction as at when due. That is why you need feedback. Feedback is a leadership practice. It is very important. If you are not utilizing it today, it is something you need to put in your practice. Give real-time feedback. Next slide. Carry out reviews based on company values. That also, of course, is tied to feedback. Carry out reviews. No reviews. That means you can carry out like a survey within the organization, whether internal reviews, external reviews. You can say, okay, how are we doing so far based on our company values? How are we doing so far based on this? Then the feedback you get, it could be also an anonymous feedback from people. Then the feedback you get, it will now be used to forge ahead. So if from the feedback you get, if there's a need for course correction, then you know that you need to do course correction. Thank you. Let's take the 9th point. Next slide. Okay, great. Don't joke with one-on-ones. If an employee comes to meet you or somebody says, sir, I would like to give a suggestion, please take that very seriously, because the courage that it took that person to come to meet you is not easy. When somebody comes to meet you, just know that it's something that has been bothering them. So don't joke with those one-on-ones. Find us, even in a family, you find yourself, maybe you are the firstborn or the secondborn, and your younger ones come to meet you with one-on-ones, there are issues. Please take it very seriously. That also escalates to an organization. And also always make sure that you don't joke with one-on-ones when your employees come to meet you. So that is leadership practice. Okay, let's go on. Next slide. Then this is also very good. Trust the team to do the work. Trust the team to do the work. Very important. I give a task to my team. I give a task. I should trust them based on my training that they will carry out that task to the fullest. I should not micromanage. That goes back to what we said at the beginning. Trust your team to do the work. What I should do is that I should guide them. I should lead them. I should trust their judgment that based on my training and my guidance, even if they bring the job to me and it has not been done, I will show them they would learn from their mistakes than if I just do it for them. Very important principle. The team would learn from their mistakes than if I just do it for them. So trust your team. Therefore, as a leader, it boils down to give them the necessary training, give them the necessary guidance, give them the necessary direction, and then trust your training, trust your tutelage, trust your tutoring, trust your guidance that they would go ahead and fulfill the work. See, is it making sense so far? Did we make sense of this issue of leadership?
Yes.
Very well.
Yes, sir.
So are we seeing leadership in a whole different light now?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
All
Okay.
different lines. Learned a lot.
You are seeing yes. Are we any questions on this angle of leadership? Any clarifications? Okay, I assume it's clear. Nobody is speaking. Okay. Now, very important. There's something I also want to touch. It's something that it affects all of us. I'm sure we all know. Next slide. I want somebody to. Has anybody heard this word before? Emotional intelligence. Anybody that has heard the word before,
Yes.
please. Okay,
Yes,
what do you
sir.
understand, Kafayat? What do you understand by the word emotional intelligence?
Emotional intelligence is
Yes, sir.
even
Just
without
everything is
seeing
written.
someone, the way the person reacts, seeing someone, you know what? You know if somebody is going through a lot of things, then you know how to react to the person, even without the person speaking.
Okay,
It makes sense, sir.
Kafayat,
Just
very
that
good
you
attempt.
couldn't.
Anybody else
Hello.
wants to take on emotional intelligence? Yes, Kafayat, I
Hello.
heard you.
Okay,
I said,
I would say
Okay,
yes, I
sir.
heard you. Very
Okay.
good attempt.
Okay, sir.
My
Anybody
own
else that
understanding,
wants to say,
emotional intelligence
okay,
has to do with
Uchechi, yeah?
how to deal with issues without busting out. Let me use the word busting out. How to handle issues in a matured way and relating to people's pain and discomfort. That is how I see emotional intelligence.
Okay, great. Very good. That's a very good one. Good one. Let's take a gentleman. We have had two ladies speak. A gentleman, anybody that would like to, what is emotional intelligence? Any of the gentlemen want to speak?
Yes.
Should I call names? Gentlemen.
Yes. Hello?
Yeah, Mr. Timothy. Yeah, I can see you want to speak. Please.
My own understanding, emotional intelligence means dealing with other people's feelings, knowing how to handle their feelings when, in short, understanding their feelings and making it align with the way you think or something.
Okay,
Aligning your feelings.
like what you said. I like what you said about understanding people's feelings. That's very good. Okay. Let's take one more person. I like interaction. Let's take one more person. Any other gentleman that wants to say anything? Just make an attempt.
Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
I want to talk.
Yeah, Mr.
Emotional intelligence. I
Oluwasegun
think.
Awuyi.
Yes, sir. I think to my own understanding, I want to go in line with the former speaker said, that understanding people's feelings in aligning it with work or how it can help the workplace.
Okay.
And how it can divide. That's the understanding.
Okay. Great.
Thank you, sir.
Great. Thank you, everyone. All of you that spoke, you all did very well. And thank you for your perspectives on it. Thank you for your perspectives on emotional intelligence. You can get a pen and write this out. Let me define emotional intelligence for you. Emotional intelligence, which you can also call it your emotional quotient. Another word for emotional intelligence is emotional quotient. Please write down, is the ability to understand, 2, use, 3, manage your own emotions. Are you hearing? Emotional intelligence is the ability to understand, use, and manage your own emotions in positive ways to relieve stress, communicate effectively, empathize with others, overcome challenges, and diffuse conflict. I'll say it again for those of you who are writing. Emotional intelligence, otherwise known as emotional quotient or EQ, is the ability to understand, use, and manage your own emotions in positive ways to relieve stress, communicate effectively, empathize with others, overcome challenges, and diffuse conflict. Did you get that? Did everybody get that?
I didn't get the last part.
Not really, you have written. You have
Okay,
written,
I'll
sir.
say one more time. I'll say one more time so that you can all get that. Emotional intelligence is the ability to understand, use, and manage your own emotions in positive ways to relieve stress, communicate effectively, empathize with others, overcome challenges, and diffuse conflict. Do you get it now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Now, I wanted us to define that before we now go into the next slide. Next slide, please. Now, there's something called the emotional intelligence cycle. Now, emotional intelligence affects all of us. All of us. All of us. We all get to situations whereby we have to display emotional intelligence. But this is what they call the emotional intelligence cycle. Self-awareness. Do we all know what self-awareness is? Hello? Anybody speaking there? Uchechi, you want to say something?
No, no, sir.
Eh?
I said it's to be. I didn't even know my mic was on.
Okay.
I said to myself that self-awareness is self-aware of situations around you, or so, like to see in reality that thing is happening, not to deny it that it's not happening. To be in reality that it's happening. That's what I.
Okay. Thank you, Uchechi, for that. And anybody else that wants to make an attempt? What is self-awareness?
So my understanding, I think self-awareness is understanding oneself.
Okay.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes, sir. Understanding oneself. That's the way I think. That's self-awareness to me.
Okay,
Understanding
it's fine.
yourself properly.
Very good. Very good. Very good. Very good. That's a good one. Very good. Good attempt. Good attempt. I think who spoke first? Uchechi and Washem. Thank you. Let me define self-awareness for you. You all spoke very well. Self-awareness is the ability to recognize and understand your own emotions. I'll take that again. Self-awareness is the ability to recognize and understand your own emotions. Many people don't understand their emotions. Many people, I'm telling you. But the ability to understand and recognize your own emotions, that is self-awareness. Very important you grasp that. Very important you grasp that. people get into situations and they say, why is it that I always get angry? Have you heard people say like that? Have you heard people talk like that?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Talk like that.
Yes,
People say, I don't know why I always get angry. The person is not self-aware. So the person gets into situations whereby there are triggers that get you angry. But the ability to understand and recognize your own emotions, that is self-awareness. And the higher your degree of self-awareness, the higher you are going to succeed in life. The higher your degree of self-awareness, the more likely that you are going to succeed in life. Self-awareness. Remember that. Very important, self-awareness. When you are self-aware, you know your strengths and you know your weaknesses. Very important. When you are self-aware, you know your strengths, you know your weaknesses. We all have strengths, we all have weaknesses. We all have strengths and we all have weaknesses. For example, to be self-aware, you know when something you have is a bad habit. They say that habits are formed. If you do something repeatedly for 21 days, which is 3 weeks, you pick up a habit. Whether good or bad. Anything you do consistently for 21 days, you pick up a habit. Now, if that habit is good, that's fine. If it's a bad habit, I'm sorry. Now, the same way now, to now make sure that you remove that bad habit, you have to do the good thing or the flip side for another 21 days. Because human beings, we are what we repeatedly do. That's what we are. Just an example, in the morning when you wake up, what do? You pray, as much as you pray, or you brush your teeth, then you pray or something. We have habits that we do every day, habits. You wake up in the morning, you go to the bathroom, you brush your teeth, you take your bath, and then you come out, wear your clothes, you get into your car. If you have a car, if you don't have a car, you enter a bus, you go to work or you go to your business. It's a habit. You don't wake up in the morning and just jump out of the house. I don't know. If you do that, well, I don't know how people will view you for that day. But you have a habit. It's a sequence. You wake up in the morning, you go to the bathroom, you brush your teeth, you have your bath, you clean up, you use your deodorant, you do this. We are creatures of habit. Human beings, we are creatures of habits. Things we do every day, we have habits. So we are still on self-awareness. Self-awareness is very, very important. Very important. When you are self-aware, you are very and self. Sorry, can anybody see me, hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Sorry
Yes.
about that.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Sorry about that. I
Just
think that was the
reconnected.
network. Yes, I don't know. I was logged out. I'm sure it's the network. So I said we are on the subject of self-awareness. Self-awareness is very important, and it's good for as human beings to study ourselves, to understand. Each person needs to study himself and understand what makes sure. Now, I said the higher your degree of self-awareness, the higher your chances of success in life. Many times, we know the things that tend to irritate us. Many times, we are not our best when we are in a so-called bad mood. Many times, we know. On a lighter note, I know people who maybe they support a particular team. For the gentlemen here, I don't know the ladies, which of you follows sports? Let's say football. Maybe a team like Arsenal or Man U loses. And then you see that person is moody, is angry. The person goes home, maybe his wife or his son or a sibling is talking to him or his employee is talking to him, and the person is now transferred aggression. Now, there's something that triggered that emotion because maybe Man U lost or Arsenal lost or Chelsea lost. The person is now taking that aggression on somebody else. There's something that triggered it. Something triggered it. So if the person is not aware that, okay, I know that every time Man U loses or every time Chelsea loses, I get angry. So if I'm aware of that, then I would make sure that I don't put myself in a situation whereby after the match, I carry that aggression to the next person. That is one of the, I'll just give an example of one of the ways whereby you are self-aware. You find out the trigger point of what could make you get in that mode. Let me just, Mr. Femi, how many minutes do I have left? Just want to be sure. I hope.
We're supposed to be between 4 to 6.
4 to 6. So when did I start speaking?
Yeah,
so I just
we started actually like maybe 25 minutes into our time.
Okay, so
we have about 15 minutes.
We have about, okay, so we have about 20-25 minutes. Okay, yes, I don't want to be sure.
All right.
I hope I'm able to finish up, but I hope everybody's getting value so far.
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Okay, let me move to empathy. I think I spent a long time on self-awareness. Can you go back? Yeah, empathy. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of others. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of others. Also, empathy can be defined as the ability to sense other people's emotions, coupled with the ability to imagine what someone else might be thinking. So when you empathize, you put yourself in that person's position on the matter. When somebody comes to you and the person is angry, your first reaction is not to reply back in anger. But your first reaction should be, what could trigger this person to be angry with me? It's a shift in mindset. What is triggering this person to be angry with me? Than just respond back in anger. When you find out, you might find out, oh, the person actually had a bad day, or maybe the person just had an issue. That's why the person is doing what they call transferred aggression towards me. So empathy is that you are putting yourself in another man's or another woman's place on the matter. You are wondering, you put yourself in that position. What could be the reason? Ask yourself before you react. Don't react to situations. Respond. And response is a calculated response. Don't just react. When people are saying that man is a useless man, don't follow people and say, oh, that woman is a useless woman. Don't follow them. Find out what could be the reason. Why are they saying this person is useless? Why are they saying this program is useless? Find out the reason. Don't just join the bandwagon and say that man is useless, Joe. The man is useless, useless man, useless woman. Don't do that. Respond to situations. Don't react. Respond. The matured way to situations is the act of response, not reaction. Okay, motivation. What is motivation? Can anybody tell me what motivation means? Anybody? We all hear the word now, motivated. What is motivation? Yeah, Mr. Timothy, speak.
My understanding, motivation is being pushed to do the right thing without when you push to do the right thing without being pushed.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Thank you for that. Because of time, I will not take. Let me just tell you what motivation is. You can write this down. Motivation is the process that initiates, guides, and maintains. Sorry about it. I think the light is back now, so they're going to put off the gen to put back on the light. So I'm sure you may not see me, but you are seeing. Is the process that initiates, guides, and maintains goal-oriented behavior. I'll say it again. Motivation is a process that initiates, guides, and maintains goal-oriented behaviors. Motivation involves the biological, emotional, social, and cognitive forces that activate behavior. Motivation involves the biological, emotional, social, and cognitive forces that activate behavior. That is motivation. So today, I'm sure you got a deeper insight to what motivation is all about. So let me go to social skills. I know I purposely jumped self-regulation for a reason, but let me touch on social skills. Let me just ask, can anybody tell me what social skills are? Anybody? I'll just take one person. What is social skills? Anybody?
Social skills is the ability to communicate with people socially, like the way we are interacting now. We are not family members, we met on social media like LinkedIn, Instagram, maybe, or in an event. That is the way I understand it.
Okay. Thank you for your attempt. It's a very good attempt. You remember when you were young, I don't know how people, when you were young and those days when your mother goes to the market and she's coming back from the market. As children, when you see your mother coming back from the market, what do you do? Can anybody tell me, what do you do? You see your mother on the road, she's coming back from the market to the house. What do you do as children?
You run to
You run and go and collect the thing that she has on her head.
Exactly. Who said that? Grace, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now, the other option you could have done was to sit down and watch your mother just walk past you and go into the house with the load from the market. But you said that you ran to meet her and take the load from her hand. The act of running to go and meet your mother to take the load from her hand, because you recognize this is my mother. It shows what? Respect. That is one of social skills. Because you could have chosen to just sit down and watch her. Hey, hi mom, hi dad, and they walk past you. Or somebody does something for you, and you say, and you just take it from the person. But someone does something for you, you say what? Thank you. Thank you. It doesn't hurt to say thank you. If you want someone to do something for you, you say what? Please. 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 Oh, please, can you help me do this? Please, can you help me move this document? Please. Don't just say, do it for me. Please. Thank you. If you do something wrong, to apologize. Oh, I'm sorry. Social skills. It looks so simple, but it is not common these days. And that's why sometimes some of the issues we have as human beings, because of lack of social skills, many of the conflicts that we have as human beings is because of lack of social skills. I just gave you a few examples. Respect for authority, respect for one another as human beings. You treat the next person well. Social skills. Those are ways whereby you can reduce the conflict when understanding social skills. When you don't understand social skills, there will be problem. Even if when you are married, you are single, you are married, don't understand social skills, there are problem. In your workplace, you don't understand social skills, there is problem because you don't understand social skills. I don't want to go because of time, but just take these 3 words. Learn to say these 3 words more often. Please. Thank you. I'm sorry. Very important. If you don't learn anything today, those 3 words, just learn to use them more often. It would help you a great deal in life. Social skills. Show respect for the next person. Show respect for your co-workers. Show respect for those in authority. Show respect. Don't be a liability in your office. Don't be a liability in your society. Don't be a liability in your nation. Be an asset. Social skills. Let me jump to self-regulation. Self-regulation is the ability to understand and manage your behavior and your reactions to feelings and things happening around you. Self-regulation is the ability to manage your behavior and your reactions to feelings and things happening around you. Take, for example, we are in Nigeria now. Everybody's complaining. This Buhari is a useless man. This country is useless. Don't join them. Ladies and gentlemen, please do not join the bandwagon. There are still people in this country who are doing great things. There are many opportunities that are hidden in challenges. This program you are on, if Mr. Femi was complaining about the country, he will not think of this. he would have what you call, he would have japa, like what they say, he would have japa. Maybe by now he'll be in Canada or the UK or America. But Mr. Femi is looking at what can I do? Ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. Don't join people and blame the government, blame this, blame that, because it has not solved your problem. After you complain, your problem is still there. So find a way. It's part of understanding emotional intelligence. Find a way to self-regulate. Understand and manage your behavior, your reactions to feelings and things around you. In this same economy as we are complaining, a lot of people are making a lot of money, especially in technology. That's a story from that day. The amount of money that is pouring into this country for technology, for tech startups, for different industries is huge. Yet we are complaining. Because what we see is that they said what you focus on grows. So it's very important. Change your circle. Don't be around people that complain. Find out, how can I be part of the solution? Don't add to the problem we already have. We already have so many problems in Nigeria. Don't be part of the problem. Be part of the solution. Let me leave this emotional. So all these points here make up the emotional intelligence cycle. And I think I've been able in a short time. I'm being conscious of time because I know my time is almost up. Let's move to the next slide. Mr. Femi, let's go to the next slide. Okay, thank you. Organizational benefits of emotional intelligence. So you can see benefits of emotional intelligence. One, improve decision making. You make decisions are better. They are more thought out. The word is there's better clarity on decision making. Two, increase team performance. When people understand emotional intelligence, the team performs better. Everybody understands each other. Then the team performs better. Number three, increase leadership ability. The leaders understand the followers. Those in management understand the employees. Then the leader can actually perform their duties well. Increase leadership ability. Four, increase personal well-being. When you understand yourself, I spoke a few minutes ago about self-regulation. I spoke a few minutes ago about empathy. I spoke about emotional intelligence. When you understand yourself, you are able to have an increased personal well-being. Very important, you know who you are. We talked about awareness, knowing who you are. What is awareness? So that way, you have an increased personal well-being. When you understand emotional intelligence, there's reduced staff turnover in an organization because management understands employees understand management. There's no friction, so you don't have attrition in the organization. You have employees who are committed to a cause and not employees who are just compliant or they are doing eye service. The last one, decrease occupational stress. You reduce stress. And it's very important because stress is the bedrock of every disease. So please find a way to reduce stress in your life. Stress is not good, though. Let me tell you, stress is not good. There's a level it gets to, and you have what you call employee burnout. Stress is the bedrock of diseases. Ask the doctors. I have doctors that surround me, so I'm telling you from practical experience. Stress is something you want to run away from. There's some form of stress that is good for the body, but when you stretch it, it is not good for the body. So let me go on. I'm trying to be fast here because of time. Let's look at the next slide. But is it making sense so far? Please just yes or yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Now, 6 ways to enhance your emotional intelligence. 6 ways. One, reduce stressful situations. I just spoke of stress in the last slide. Anything that is playing with your stress, please reduce it. Very important. Don't get into stressful situations. Reduce it. Stress is bad. Stress is bad for you. Reduce stressful situations. If you know that if you do something and you get stressed, please try and find a way to reduce the stress. Reduce stressful situations. 2, embrace your emotions. Understand your emotions. We all have various emotions. Understand yourself. Like I said earlier, be self-aware. Have a measure of self-awareness. The higher your degree of self-awareness, the greater your success in life. So embrace your emotions. Know what you are. 3, take responsibility. Anything that happens, don't blame anybody. Don't say because of this person, because of this person in the village, that's why I'm not succeeding in life. That is nonsense. That is what I say. Sorry to say, I use the word, but that is nonsense. You say because of this person in the village, because of this one, because of that one. That is nonsense. Nobody can determine how you succeed in life. You can, if you have anything, you can actually break that cycle. So take responsibility for your actions. They said what you will be, what you are now, is as a result of the decisions you took 5 years ago. And what you will be in 5 years' time is as a result of decisions that you take today. So take wise decisions, make wise choices, take responsibility for your actions. Don't blame anybody. Don't blame anybody. Find a way to be part of the solution. Don't add to the problem. 4, think before you act. Think before you act. Before you say anything, before you do anything, think. That's why we are human beings. We have a brain. We have a brain in between in our head. The brain is given to us to think. You have to think. Then Dale Carnegie said, think and grow rich. Think. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. So think. Think. That's why we are given. The future belongs to thinkers. The future belongs to those who can think. The greatest in strategy, I love strategy a lot. The strategy is to think. It is not who can. You have to think at a higher level than your competition to succeed in strategy. Don't compete with your competitors operationally. Think at a strategic level. So the person who has a higher level of thinking is the one that will rule the market. So thinking is very important. We need more thinkers today. The world belongs to thinkers. The world belongs to people who can think. So think before you act. Very important. Demonstrate humility and humor. Don't be proud. Leadership position, demonstrate humility. Be courteous to your people. Be courteous to your employees. Be an example. You don't have. It's not all. Life is not that serious. Sometimes a little humor would help. Let people know that you are still a human being. Joke with your employees at times. Joke with your siblings. Humor is very good for the body. Laughter is good medicine for the body. Try to laugh at least a few times every day. You live longer. Let me just say the truth. Worry will not take you anywhere. Worry causes stress. Worry causes cancer. Worry causes diseases because they're all tied to stress. So demonstrate humility and humor. Control non-verbal communication. Non-verbal means that it's not what you say, but what you do. people are watching you. It's not what I say, is what I do. Control non-verbal communication. Let people see you. Set good examples. It's not by saying I'm this. People are watching you to see what you are doing. So control non-verbal communications. These are 6 ways you can enhance your emotional intelligence. I hope, are we getting value here?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Let's go to the next slide. Yeah, Elijah, you want to say something? Okay, maybe there was a mistake. All right, so how to increase emotional intelligence? 1, utilize an assertive style of communicating. Assertive, you are assertive. You are not forward, you are just assertive. Assertive means that you, how do I break it down now? Assertive is that don't be passive. That's what I mean. Don't be passive. Be proactive. That's the word. Be proactive. Have a proactive style of communicating. The way I'm speaking now is proactive. I'm not saying, oh, so you know, emotional intelligence is this, emotional intelligence is that. No, I am telling you, emotional intelligence is it. Be assertive. Be assertive style of communication. Like, see, I said before, respond. I said this previously. Respond instead of reacting to conflict. Don't react, respond. When something happens to you, don't just react or don't say things in anger. Respond. Why did this person do this? Why is this happening? Figure out why is this thing happening. 3, utilize active listening skills. Very important. Utilize active listening skills. 4, be motivated. 4, be motivated. 5, practice ways to maintain a positive attitude. Practice ways to maintain a positive attitude. 6, practice self-awareness. We spoke about this earlier. Practice self-awareness. 7, take critique well. Take critique well. Take critique well. 8, that means take critique well is that be open to feedback. Be open to suggestions from your subordinates, from those around you, from your fellow team members. Take critique well. 8, empathize with others. Empathize with others. 9, utilize leadership skills. Utilize leadership skills. 10, be approachable and sociable. Let people be able to approach you. Let people be able to say that this person is an approachable person. Don't be a person that people will fear. Be a person that people will love to come around. It was said of Jesus, they said the common people heard him gladly. That means when Jesus Christ was on this earth, people loved to be around him. That even little children love to come around him. Watch his life. Any leader that you see that is approachable, they would achieve success. Mr. Femi, can you hear me? Honestly, I'm looking at the time. I think I've spoken for 2 hours and I still have negotiation skills and project management so that I don't bore the people out. I'm thinking maybe we should stop here for today. I don't know.
You can explore it some other day.
Yes, I've looked at it. I think I've spoken for 2 hours.
And
right?
and we're also going to have you. I think I'm yet to communicate a date to you. But we're going to have you on a live event on the live event on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Maybe in another 2 weeks or 3.
Okay.
What's that? And then we could actually cover some aspect of that because we're talking about Nigerian businesses leveraging freelancers. You know what I mean? African businesses, African startups leveraging freelancers. And you're going to be our speaker. So I think I'm already actually announcing that, unofficially. So it will also be another opportunity for us to complete this.
Okay, no problem. I think we can discuss that when I'll discuss that with you.
Yes.
And as well, let me stop here since I've been speaking for 2 hours. So that I don't want to overload the people. I think they've been a very good audience.
Yes.
And I really appreciate the opportunity. I don't want to ask anybody has any questions, clarifications, anything they would like to say.
Grace has been raising her hand. I don't know.
Oh, Grace. Oh, Grace, please speak, Grace. Grace.
Grace, are you there?
Good evening.
Yes, I'm here, please.
Okay.
Good evening. Okay.
Please, sir, can you
My name is Samuel.
Please, sir, can you define the emotional intelligence again? I could not finish writing what you said that time.
Okay, no problem. I'll do that. I'll do that. Okay. Emotional intelligence is the ability to understand, use, and manage your own emotions in positive ways to relieve stress, communicate effectively, empathize with others, overcome challenges, and diffuse conflict. I'll say that again so you can get that. Emotional intelligence is the ability to understand, use, and manage your own emotions in positive ways to relieve stress, communicate effectively, empathize with others, overcome challenges, and diffuse conflict. Grace, did you get that?
Yes, sir. Thank you very, very much.
Beautiful. Thank you, Grace. I think Uchechi had a hand up too. Jeremiah, to say something?
Yes, good evening. Thank you for the pep talk and so. So my question is about this last slide showing on the screen. Number 5. It says practice ways to maintain a positive attitude.
Yeah.
It's not really that. What I wanted to ask is, how do we practice? Because there's no how. One, things will not get to you as a human being. Like depression will set in, and you'll be like cursing everyone out or like being negative. Negativity will just want to, in a way, crawl in. So I just want to know in what way can one practice to maintain a positive attitude all the time? Because definitely some things I might be planning on something or trying to work out something and nothing is working and everything is getting to you as a human being. One feeling that. So how do one practice maintaining a positive attitude?
Okay, Grace. Uchechi, thank you so much for your question. Very good question. We all know that life is, we live in a very negative world, and negativity is all around, especially in a country like Nigeria. There's so much for us to be negative about. I'm being frank with you. It's terrible. We look around, things don't seem to be working. But have you heard of the word called gratitude?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. There are many things that we are grateful for, that we should be grateful for. That you are still alive. You wake up in the morning, you are alive. Many people went to bed last night and they didn't wake up. You wake up in the morning, you are in good health and strength. If you are married, you wake up in the morning, you have children, you see them, they are healthy. You wake up in the morning, you have food to eat. If you don't have food to eat, maybe you will just think. You wake up in the morning, you have that you are even still here, that you are even on this program. It's something to be thankful for. Many people are looking for opportunities, but they don't have it. They don't. But you even being here, the things you've heard in the last 2 hours, many people are looking for things like this. I'm sure you can testify that the way you feel now and 2 hours ago, is it the same way?
It's not the same.
Uchechi?
It's not the same, actually. It's not the same.
It's not the same. So you see,
yes.
You have gotten things. You were able to invest 2 hours of your time, 2 hours plus of your time, to listen to something. Now you now know how to manage people. You know what to do. You know when you go out tomorrow, you know how to you've gotten the thing, how, oh, this is how I can be self-aware. This is what I can do. That gives you see somebody react to you in a bad manner. You don't just say you are useless, this crazy man, or crazy woman. You like I said, you don't react, you respond. You wonder, why is this person acting this way? So when you have an attitude of gratitude, you'll be able to deal with disappointments and failures easily. You'll be more empathetic. You have understanding towards others. Now, we all know that people get to depression and all that. But you know, like you said, when you are self-aware, when you understand self-regulation in yourself, you know things that make you want to be depressed. So what do? You steer away from those things that will make you depressed. Like I said, one very important thing I said at the beginning, stay away from negative people. Very, very important. Because you are a sum total of the 5 closest people that you associate with. If the 5 closest people that I associate with are negative, you will be the 6th negative person. So these are ways whereby you can, practical ways, you can maintain a positive attitude, even in the midst of challenges. Now, I'm not saying there will not be challenges. Challenges are there. But remember, challenges are actually opportunities in disguise. Many of the challenges we face in Nigeria are actually opportunities to become very successful. We have challenge with traffic. For those of us who live in Lagos, we have challenge with light. Why do you think I went to renewable energy? One of my companies in renewable energy. Do you know the reason why? Because light is not constant. And light is not improving anytime soon. So what does that mean? That creates a business opportunity for me to go into renewable energy. I propose alternative sources of energy. So I'm not complaining that, this light said useless. Of course, during this presentation, you saw that the lights went out twice. I should have been complaining, this useless country, this Buhari said, this one. I made alternative. Put on generator for me. I continue my class. I don't complain. I'm part of the solution. I do renewable energy. So there are ways whereby we don't get sucked into the vortex of complaints and everything that goes on around us. So because those things are negative. Negative vibes are not good. When you are negative, you can't think straight. So practice ways, and that's why I said with gratitude. Gratitude is the basis. What are you grateful for? What do you have? You are in good health and strength. you have a family, you have loved ones, you have goals, you have ambitions. Whoever is the president, whoever is the governor, they don't dictate how your life is going to turn out. Because they don't hold the keys to your destiny. It's only God that holds the keys to your destiny. No human being holds the keys to your destiny. I hope that helps a bit, Uchechi.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, maybe she's that. Any other person that wants to say anything? Any question? Okay, Timothy Yaji.
Yes. So, yes, sir. I want to thank you very much for the lecture you have given today. I must say I have enjoyed it, sir.
Yeah, thank you for the kind words.
Please, sir, for further engagement, please, sir, can you make your social media, your social media handle address available for us so that we can continue with the engagement?
Okay. Yeah, Mr. Femi has my handle on LinkedIn. So
especially on LinkedIn, we will communicate
Yes.
the LinkedIn link to you guys in the group.
Yeah,
so you can follow him and for further
you
engagement.
can follow me on LinkedIn.
Thank you very much, sir.
No problem. Thank you very much. Any other person?
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Yeah, Mr. Samuel Akigbe.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Good evening. Thank you so much. I joined in the middle of the class, and I must say I enjoyed it. So, I have just one question. I want to ask, can we liken social capital to social skill? Are they the same thing or are they different? Then number two, I would appreciate if the slides can be made available for us on the group. So that's my question.
Okay, great question. On that, you asked about social capital to social skills. Well, I would say social capital. What do you understand by social capital? Let me just take it from there first.
Okay, my little understanding about social capital is actually like your goodwill in your environment.
Okay.
What is your influence in your environment? When people see this person in this place, what can they say about this person? That's what my little understanding about social capital.
Okay. So social capital, in a way, because social capital actually is tied to relationship. You can also call it relationship capital. Social skills, maybe because social skill. Let me give some examples of social skill. I gave like a very basic example, but let me give an example of some examples of social skills. I spoke about respect, very important. I spoke about that. Yeah, they are related. It's social capital is a subset of social skills. Let me say it that way. Do you understand?
Yes.
Social capital is a subset of social skills. Social capital can also be called relationship management. So social capital is under social skills. It's a skill you have, how to manage relationships. So you take it like that. Social capital is a subset of social skills. Another subset of social skills is empathy. Another subset of social skills is active listening. Another subset of social skills is conflict resolution. Another subset is effective communication. So, fine, I agree with you. They are related. So, social skills is like broad. It's like, for those of you who did sets in mathematics in school, you have sets. You have the circle, and then you now have the subset of a set. I mean, as one of you that remember your mathematics here, new general maths. So social capital is a subset of social skill. Is embedded in social skills. So they are related. I hope that answers your question.
Yes,
Please
sir.
start someone.
Beautiful. Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
anybody else, please? Any other person?
Okay, sir. Sorry, something just came to my mind now.
Okay.
For instance, about emotional intelligence in a group, like in a team, you have
Yes.
someone who always wants to dominate, who always wants his or her voice to like be the prime, and while thinking others has nothing really to offer. You understand? So how do you manage? How do you relate with such a person in a team?
Okay. Now, who is the person that wants to always prove that this? Are you the person, or you are the person that wants to relate to that person? You see what I did? I threw the question back to you.
Yes, actually, I'm not that type. My own style is this. Anyhow, you are bringing the fire, I will say, okay, how can I be of value to the goal? My own is value, value, value. I
Okay.
don't care what it takes, the value to bring to the table. So
Okay.
when you have people like that, so how do you manage them?
Okay, so you have somebody in your team who always wants to show that they can lead.
Something
Yeah,
like that.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Okay. Well, there's no hard and fast rule there. There's no hard and fast rule. What I would just say is that we are all built differently as human beings. Human beings, we are built differently, and we have people who are alpha. That's another. I don't want to go deep into that. Let me not. I'll try to make it simple, but I need to bring in that concept. We have people who are alpha. Like, for example, you walk into a room. I can tell the alpha male in the room or the alpha female just by looking at the. You can see in any room, the alpha male takes charge of the room. When the alpha male laughs, everybody laughs. When the alpha female laughs, everybody laughs. So it's very easy to tell who is the alpha in that room. You can tell, maybe you see a group of 5, 6 people. Like this person that you are saying that always likes to be in charge, this person is the alpha in the group. Now, you are a person that you just want value, you just want success and all that. So that's another thing whereby emotional intelligence comes in. You know, okay, this person, I think Ola Dunke, your mic is on. Okay. Ola Dunke, can you mute yourself? Okay. Now you have that's where emotional. Can somebody mute Ola? Mr. Femi, can you mute Ola Dunke? Okay. Now that's where emotional intelligence comes in, Samuel. Sam, are you following me?
Yes, clearly.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
You understanding the person, that this person is an alpha in this group. How do I relate with the person? Is a function. You relate to that person, knowing the kind of person that he is, so that there will not be conflict. The person likes to be in charge. The person likes to lead. That is fine. Everybody cannot be a leader. So what do? You find areas of agreement. Find areas of agreement. The person wants to be in charge, not a problem. That's where when you have an understanding of emotional intelligence, it won't be like, you like to always lead. No. You, as the person in that group, knowing how Mr. A or Mrs. A or Miss A behaves, you know how to manage the person. You manage the relationship and understand that they are alpha. They want to be in charge. They don't like being in the background. That is fine. So allow them, let them be. You understand the person and you know how to relate with the person based on how the person is. I'll say it again. You understand the person and you know how to relate with the person based on how the person is. The way you relate to an alpha is not the way you relate to somebody who is. Some people they don't like to be in front. They like to just say, leave me in the back. I'll be giving you what you need. Some people, that is their makeup. They want to be in charge. I cannot say because the person wants to be in charge and then I have an issue with it, and the person must be at the back. That is the person's makeup. We are all built differently. The person likes to be in charge. That's a strength. But also the person may also have areas of weakness which might become your strength. So you find a way. How do I complement his strength? Because, of course, nobody is 100%. You have everything 100%. We all have strengths. Like I said in the presentation, we all have strengths and we all have weaknesses. So what I do in a group, what you do in a group is find areas of commonality. I complement your weaknesses with my strengths. You complement your strengths with my weakness. And that is how you have a very good team. Let me give you an example from sports. I follow football a lot. In a team, let's take Mr. Samuel. What team do you support? Are you into football?
Passive Chelsea fan. Passive. Very,
Passive.
very passive.
Okay, Chelsea fan. Okay, let's take Chelsea. Chelsea, you have Kai Havertz, you have Pulisic, you have Lukaku. Now, as Eduardo Mendy cannot decide today that he wants to go and start striking. Would that not be crazy? Eduardo Mendy will leave his goalpost and go and say he wants to start striking like Lukaku.
Like.
It doesn't make sense. It will be a problem. If they put Lukaku in goal and Eduardo Mendy in strike force, that's the end of that team that day. They are going to chop goals. So they all understand that, okay, Lukaku, Kai Havertz, Pulisic, and the different people in the team, the different strikers, you come to the midfielders that are there in the team, then come to defense, where you have the Thiago Silva and all that. Then come to this thing. You have your coach, Thomas Tuchel. Tuchel cannot say he wants to go and be in goal. Everybody understands each person's role in the team. And that's what I'm saying. That when we all understand each person's role, so we all know that we are working together for the same goal. As Eduardo Mendy knows he's in goal, he finds a way to give the ball, and then Lukaku knows I'm a striker. I'm in my own position. I should do my job. You cannot have 10 strikers on a team. It's not possible. You cannot have 10 Eduardo Mendy's on a team. Everybody has his own role in the team. That's why I use that as an example so you can see it, that in a team, you have alpha. Those are the Lukakus. They want to strike. They want to score. Leave them. You are playing your midfield role, or you are playing Thiago Silva, but everybody has his own goal. You're all working together for the same role. But if I, as Eduardo Mendy, I get jealous that why is it Lukaku that is scoring all the goals? Problem in the team. Problem. Because we all have our own goals. The Bible talked about by that with every joint supplieth. So every of us have a role in whatever place we find ourselves. I hope that answers your question in a little bit. I don't know. I try to make it as simple as possible.
Yes, sir. Very, very clear. Very, very clear.
All right. Thank you so much.
Very clear. Thank you so much. That was beautiful.
All right. Thank you. Any other person? Elijah. Yeah, Elijah, please go ahead. Elijah? Okay, maybe he has internet issues. Is there any other person?
I think Onye was asking a question in the comment where you have alphas in a team. What becomes of that team?
When you have, when you have two alphas in a team. Okay, that's fine. I'll go to sports. I'll go back to sports. I'll go to sports. Onye, who is Onye? Onye Oyaga. Onye, is he a, I guess that should be a female. Right? Onye, can you hear me?
Yes, she's there. She's actually there.
Okay, Onye. Okay. What sports do you like? Or what? Huh? I can. Maybe I wanted to give an example. I always like giving examples from real life scenarios.
Hello.
Yeah, Onye. Okay, I can hear you.
Yeah. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Onye. You asked a very beautiful question about two alphas in a team, and I laughed. It's a very good question. It's a good one. Do you follow football in any way?
No, I don't. I don't.
You don't. Okay.
Yeah.
If you follow football, I'll give you an example from football. But let me try and see if I can make it simple for you from real life. It's like asking a team. It's like asking a team that plays. I follow football a lot. Like asking a team that is playing a formation of 4-4-2 or 4-3-3. Coach, why do you have 3 strikers? Why? Coach, why do you have 4-4-2, 2 strikers? Why can't you just have 1 striker? Why? You should have 1 striker. The coach is saying, but that's the plan. That's my team is, I want to play with 2 strikers. I have 2 strikers on the team. For those of you who follow sports, in the days of the Brazilian national team of 1994, had what? Romario and Bebeto. Anybody remember that? Who remember 94 World Cup? Yes or yes? Anybody remember 94? Okay, Timothy Yaji remembers that. Okay, or maybe some of you are not born in 94. I don't know. I don't know if they were born. There was a World Cup we had. Brazil won that World Cup, 1994 World Cup, which was hosted in the US, United States of America. That was the first World Cup hosted in the United States of America. In that World Cup, the Brazilian national team played with 2 strikers for majority of their matches, Romario and Bebeto, and both of them were alphas. But there was such harmony between the strikers. Now I say such harmony between the strikers. So, why am I saying that? In a team where you have two alphas, the 2 alphas will find a way having to work together. If you are one of the alphas, find a way to work with the other alpha. You have areas of agreement. Find areas where you complement each other, because you say, okay, in this team, we are both playing striking roles. In this team, we are the face of this group. In this team, we are the face of the organization. Find a way whereby Onyinye and the second alpha, if you are the second alpha, I don't know. If you are not, the 2 alphas have to find areas of agreement. Very important. If not, you will have an alpha trying to lord over another alpha, and that is recipe for disaster, because there is no teamwork, and where there is no teamwork, problem for the team. That's why I brought up Romario and Bebeto, 1994 World Cup. There was such harmony between the 2 of them Brazil went all the way to the finals and beat Italy in a penalty shootout. Now, the Italian team then, how you call Roberto Baggio. Roberto Baggio then, they were so good. It was Italy that knocked out Nigeria in the second round. So find a way whereby the two alphas can work together for a common goal. It's not a problem if you have two alphas in a team. It's not a problem. They just have to find areas of agreement in that team so that that team would not be decapitated by the opposition. I don't know if that answers your question or you want me to go further. Onye?
Yeah, it does. Thank you very much. It does.
Thank you so much. But that was a very beautiful question. Thank you for that. A beautiful question. All the questions have been very, very beautiful. Any more question, clarification? Oh, Elijah. Okay, Elijah, I can see your hand up.
Okay, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Elijah.
Yes, sir. So I actually joined the meeting late, but there was something I picked out of what you said. When you were talking about the government not being in charge of our life, and not the system of the world depicting how we are going to be in the next 5 years.
Yes.
It was 2 years back I actually made decision on that, and it has actually helped me a lot, and it has brought me at least to a certain stage where I know that yes, I can stand out for myself irrespective of the situation that the country might be in or the state where I am presently might be in, because whereby you also said that oh, I've actually forgotten, but I'm just trying to buttress the point that it was last 2 years when I was still trying to set up myself as a teenager, because I'm this kind of person that love to stand out for myself and give myself and my life a meaning. It was when I made the decision and I made a vow that nothing will actually limit me. Nothing will actually limit me, not my friends or my peers or my family. So I would just like to say a very big thank you for talking about that part, because it has actually, helped me so far and has taken me to another level in life. So I would just like to appreciate that, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, Elijah, for the kind words and gracious words. And I'm happy that you took that decision 2 years ago. And just maintain that trajectory and know that what you'll be in 5 years' time, that's 2027, February, is a result of decisions that you take today. So make wise decisions. Make wise choices, and I believe that you would not regret. Don't follow bandwagon.
All right, sir.
Don't have. Of course, I know you are. Of course, being I believe. Okay, from your name, you are Christian. So pray to God. Let God guide you, direct you, and take your decision.
That's
Decisions are part and parcel of human endeavor. So just make sure you take wise decisions. I'm happy that you're on that trajectory. So maintain it, and definitely you will achieve success. Now, challenges will come, but it will be that you have it within you to surmount those challenges. You have it within you. You as human beings, man was made to excel. The Bible told us about be fruitful, multiply, replenish, subdue, and dominate. That's man. So we have it within us to excel. So many times when we are not excelling, we are living below our privileges. So it's something I'm happy to hear that, Elijah, that you are on that trajectory. Apologies to anybody who is a Muslim here. I don't mean to, but I'm just stating examples, and hope you don't feel offended by that.
Thank you so much, sir.
All right. Thank you. Is there anybody else? Anybody else who has anything to say? Okay. All right. Thank you for thank you for everything. And I've gone way past my time. The questions have been coming in, and I've gone way past my time. Thank you so much for staying back, listening to me. And I wish everybody the best. And I wish you all success in this program. And the sky is just the starting point for the success you achieve. Mr. Femi, thank you so much. Apologies for taking time.
Amazing. Thank you so much, sir. Honestly, left to me, I would say we should keep it until 8 p.m.
Seriously.
Just considering other people because of other commitment and all of that. So thank you so much, Mr. Jonathan. And I want to promise you guys, we are going to have him over and again by the grace of God. So
yes, yeah.
And on the groups, I will share his LinkedIn details so that we can connect with him and we can stick together. Thank you so much, sir. God bless. We appreciate you. Thank you. It's good to have you around.
Yeah.
So, guys, we have come to the end of today's mentorship session, and I will communicate the plan for the week to you guys in the group. Thank you so much for your time. God bless. Enjoy your evening.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you. Bye.
God bless.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.